Hi, welcome to the ArrayList speedrun. So I've already set up my ArrayList class and for learning. I'm going to import Java util with an asterisk because ArrayList is one of the fundamental things we use all the time in AP Computer Science. And then I'm going to work on my demo function. First thing we need to learn is, well, what is an ArrayList? An ArrayList is like an array, except it has the ability to grow and shrink. So when you say ArrayList, you have to say in angle brackets what kind of thing goes in it. And then we need to run a constructor. The constructor is new ArrayList. And then you can type the whole thing, the whole type that's going in the ArrayList again. But you can also just put the angle brackets there and Java will do it, will infer the correct type. The declaration and the initialization here are on two separate lines, but you don't need to do that. Most people put everything on one line. So let's try to add something to the array list. So this array list will have just 10 in it, and then we'll print it out, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully you can see on the bottom, it says array list learning, and then little in angle bracket, in brackets, the number 10. And if I add more things, then what you'll see is they go later in the array. So you'll see 10, 50, 100. That's one of the two of the good features of ArrayList. You can add to them and you get more items easily, and you can nicely print them out. So you can write a for loop that will run through all the items in the array. And this is a lot similar to a list comprehension that you might already know. So say I want to print out each item on its own separate line. This would do it. The int x is actually the item in the array list. So 10, 50, 100. The int x is not the index. So the 10 at the start is at index 0. 50 at the start is at index 1, and 100 is at index 2. But this x value is not the index, it's actually the value. You can use an enhanced for loop whenever you want to process all the items in a list in order. You can't use it when you're adding or removing from the list. Anyway, let's make sure this runs. And so we're expecting, there we go, 10, 50, 100, great. Let's see what else we can do. So also there's a remove. There's several kinds of remove, unfortunately, but the remove that we're practicing for the AP test is give it the index. Give an index. Remove that. And so after we remove the item number, that'll be the 50, we should see 10 and then 100. All right. And say you don't want the 100 to be there. Let's say we want to change 100 to 1,000. There's a set method. So 100 is now at index 1. And we're going to change the index 1 to be 1,000. Actually, the set method returns a value, and that was the old value, old item. So that would be the old item is now 100. Because that was the item that was replaced by the setting. Right. So we've got remove, we've got add, we've got printing. I think we're pretty good. Oh, so I haven't showed you how there's another way to get items from a list. And it's a little clunkier, but I think a lot of people are comfortable with for loops. So when you are iterating through an array list, the correct thing to use for the length is called size with parentheses, not length, sadly. And we'll have the index go up by 1. And then the value at index k is x's.get k. And I recommend you have a variable for the value all the time, no matter what you plan to do. So let's say if value is less than 50, we'll print it out. Well, actually, we'll print it out first. Found small value at index. Okay. So now this should reduce, say index 0, I think is the only one. Yeah, there we go. But maybe we should add another one in just for the fun of it. So axis.add 25. So now there's two small values. And put in another one, 30. Okay. So now we've got a 25 and a 30. And maybe we don't want to just print out the small values. Maybe we want to actually get rid of them. So if you're going to get rid of values in a list, in an array list, we're using the remove method. So here's my new removal method. If value is less than 50, we're trying to get rid of it. Axis.remove k. So remove the by index. And this will cause a problem because when you remove a value, the values above it move down into its place. So what you're going to see is we miss the last small value, which is a 30. Aha, yes, missed it. And that's because we need to look twice at that index 2 spot. And usually the way you do that is subtract 1 from the index after you remove something so that the plus 1 puts the index back to the same spot it started in. So that's the trick for removing. All right. I think we got everything. Thanks for watching.